Hi, my name's Andy from Painting Sounds, and I wanted to talk to you about intervals and tone and how they can influence our moods. So some music, if you put, well, we've all noticed it. You know, some music makes us feel happy, some music makes us feel sad, some things make us feel relaxed, whatever. You know, all these different things, and you can, although yes, it's down to the tunes and all the rest of it, there are certain elements within that music composition that will help you feel a certain mood. And knowing that theory behind which notes or which combination of notes relaxes, stimulates, you know, excites, whatever, knowing that combination helps you help others. So I'm going to show you what some of these things sound like. One of the instruments that I commonly get asked about after a sound bath is usually these beautiful crystal bowls. So just a little bit on this before I begin. Crystal bowls are the only instrument in the world, only acoustic instrument in the world that will make a perfect sine wave. So if I was to have an oscilloscope here and I was to record the notes that we're making, look at it on a wave machine, they would be making this lovely, wonderful sound. So they only play one note, not a combination of notes like a gong or a Himalayan bowl or a drum or whatever. They only ever play one note. And that's what makes them unique, and that's what makes them so perfect, to show you what they can do. So sometimes, as a general rule, if I play like a low note here, we look at low notes help us relax, and higher notes they're more stimulating. And some of it comes down to techniques. So there are different sort of techniques that we can do. So generally, if you play it sort of low and gentle, that's relaxing. Whereas if you bring it up and down in volume, that's more stimulating, because the nervous system is trying to understand what's going on. So that's the two ways that you can do it. Whereas if it's just a continuous note, the brain goes, oh, actually this is okay, and it generally settles down. So that's the thing with this sort of theory, is it's applied to your nervous system. I'm in effect trying to talk to your nervous system. I've had some people say they've fallen asleep. I take people close to sleep. Sometimes you might dip in and out of sleep, so that's quite common. And some people feel like they might miss something. Your body is your ear. So even if you can't hear it and you're not consciously aware that you're hearing it, your body is still receiving it, because it's receiving it through vibrations and through tones. And there are different techniques, and I've written an article on these principles, like entrainment and sympathetic resonance. It's on my website, it's on my blog, which is www.paintingsounds.com/blog, and there's an article on there, and it tells you all about these intervals, and it also goes into sympathetic resonance and explains those things as well. So I want to show you what some of these notes sound like. So obviously we've got tone, and I've talked to you about high and low. The other thing that I want to show you about is intervals. So this is where I think it gets really interesting. So you can take a combination of notes and it will give you a mood, it might influence your mood. So say for example, if you have two notes and they complement each other, their sine waves are exactly opposite to each other. In the space of one enters the peak of another. If you look at them on an oscilloscope, they'll be complementing each other. Exactly. This is called a perfect fifth. This is an A bowl, this is an E bowl. They complement each other perfectly, and that's called a perfect fifth. So that's that is a complementing, restful note. If you play two very, very close together, so say for example you've got an E and an F, that sort of, there's like a little wob 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 wobs. I don't know if it's going to come out in sound, but the two notes will be like bumping up against each other, and you get like this wob 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 sound. You can hear that. And that's where these two sine waves, as they go up, so with these two, one goes up, one goes down, they cross over, and they're doing that to each other. These two, one's going up like this, and as the other one's coming up, they're sliding into each other's path, and as they do, they bump against each other, and this is why you get this wob 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 sound. And that creates resistance, or it creates excitement. It can create like a tension. It's creating a tension. It's a musical tension. That's what it's doing. And although we need some of these just to make sure we're awake and we're sort of giving you the right balance, we don't have a lot of them because if you have too much, I'll just wind people up, and I don't want to do that. So those are the two main. So we've got them. I won't do the minor second again, but that's the minor second, and then we've got the perfect fifth as well, which is a perfect harmony. Now there are other intervals, and they all influence our mood. So one might make us feel relaxed, the other one might make us feel tense. Try this one, for example. If I play the A and the C bowl together, so my daughter's in the room. How does that make you feel? Is there any sort of mood there? Calm. So that's called a minor third. Okay, so it's a minor interval, and that has another calming effect. But it's a minor interval, and it's like generally like a reprise, like a calm before, you know, like maybe after a storm, maybe after I play this. And then I play this. When you have two contrasting each other, you notice them more. You notice the change. So that's a minor third. There are other, so I'll show you a couple of others. Let me just... Yes, that's the C. Silly boy. So this is a major third. How does that make you feel? How does that influence your mood? Go on, Phoebe, I've got no idea what you're going to say.
What do you think I'm going to say?
No, go on.
Relaxed.
You say relaxed. So that's interesting. So this is why we all view our world in different ways. So that's like quite a stimulating interval. So you might feel uplifted, you might feel energized. It's quite a positive sound because it's a major. See it? One of my favourite intervals is a major sixth. So if I just show you a major sixth, and then you see what you think. Phoebe, how does that make you feel?
Can't explain it.
Okay, so it's quite a magical interval. So you might notice things of like feeling there's a little bit of tension in there, but it's not enough to distract you. So it's generally like more stimulating than a major third. but it's not as stimulating as say a major seventh. So if I do a major seventh for you, so I'm going to play these in unison and see if you find them more like stimulating the next one. Major third, major sixth, and this is the major seventh. This is a perfect fifth. And what I've done there sonically is I've gone up in intervals, so I've built up a crescendo. So I've started off quite stimulating, I've gone for a bit more tension, I've gone for a lot more tension, and then I've gone for a perfect fifth, so calmness. One more, which you don't hear often, is a tritone. So a tritone, let's see what this makes you, how you feel, Phoebe. Go on.
Energetic a bit.
Right, so tritones are interesting. A tritone is exactly in the middle between a perfect fifth and a minor second. So some people find it very exciting, like, oh, this is interesting. Some people just find it really confusing. They don't know if it's happy or sad, or like, they don't know if it's stimulating or relaxing. But generally most people find it as a bit of tension, like a bit of mystery, like or confusion, one of the two. And this is a perfect fourth. That's another near harmony, near perfect harmony. And then finally, what if you do two notes the same, but in an octave apart? So I've got two A bowls here. That's a very stable interval. It's very like reassuring, like grounding, like I find it quite peaceful. How do you find it?
I feel mindful.
You feel mindful. Cool. Anyway, that's the intervals. One other thing I tend to think about, so when I first started playing them, I was thinking, oh, this one's happy, and this one's sad, and this one makes me tense, and this one really energetic. But although they are moods, they're not. The only bad emotion is one that doesn't feel right for the point or the moment that you're experiencing, or one that just lingers more than you want it to. And I tend to think of these intervals as inhales and exhales. You need both to live. You need an inhale to stimulate you, but you need an exhale to help you relax. And that is really how I view them. So if I just do it here like a... So we've got a minor fifth, sorry, a major third. And a perfect fifth. You need a bit of tension in your life to help you grow as an individual, but you need points in your life that you can just relax and unplug, and that's where these come in. they help you notice the tension disappearing, and that's the reason why we alternate. If everything was just harmonious, yeah, it would be dull and flat, and I'll just put you to sleep, and you'd wake up about an hour later. So these generally just, it's how you sort of like stimulate and relax your nervous system. Hope you found this interesting. Please give it a like, or I'll keep you posted with more videos. So thanks very much. Bye.